So we are going to deal with the small to long adjective. Long adjective. Okay. Then here, what is a long adjective? A long adjective is any adjective of 2 or more than 2 syllables. Okay. Long adjective. A long adjective is any adjective of 2 or more than 2 syllables. Okay, meaning that if the adjective is form of 2 syllables and it's not ended by y, e, r, aw, and le, it is a long adjective. As for example, we have equal is here, equal. We have rapid. Then we can see that this adjective, then it's not a short adjective, it's long adjective because it is not ended by then what we can see here, y, e, r, aw, and le. Okay, and after it we have important, and we can see also intelligent. Okay, intelligent, beautiful, okay, etc. Because there are many adjectives, there are many long adjectives also. Okay, now what is the rule of formation? The rule of formation is simple. Then we have the subject plus more plus the long adjective plus done, then which means plus ske. Okay, then here we can give some example. You can say more, for example, more rapid than. Okay, more, yes, rapid, okay, than. And after it we have also more important than. And after it we have okay, more beautiful than. These are some examples. Okay, more beautiful, more beautiful than. Then using in context, we can say that well, our is more beautiful than, for example, no popo. This is an example in the context. Okay, then we can contextualize this adjective. Okay, then we have to know that this rule is different from the rule with the short adjective. So to get the comparative of superiority with a short adjective, we take the adjective, short adjective plus er, and if it is a long adjective, it is more plus the adjective. This is the main difference that we must know. That's why it is important to know the difference between a long adjective and a short adjective. Because if you don't know the rule, you will take, for example, short adjective has, for example, happy, and say that Fanta is more happy than Balgisa, for example. And this is not correct. Why you talk about more happy than? It's because you don't know what is a short adjective, and you don't know that there is a difference of use between a short adjective and a long adjective. There are two different rules. And if, for example, you don't know also the difference between short adjective and long adjective, you can use, for example, here, rapid, for example, and say that a car is rapider than a bicycle. And this is not correct. This is not correct. It's because you don't know that rapid is a long adjective. That's why we use it as a short adjective. And you apply with the rule of the short adjective. Then this is, something important to know. Now we are going to deal with the small free irregular comparative. Now we are going to deal with the small free, the irregular adjective. Okay, because with the comparative of superiority, then we covers the short adjectives, long adjective, and now with the irregular adjective. Irregular adjective. Here, why irregular adjective? Here it is has the irregular verbs. It doesn't respect the rule of formation. That's why we talk about irregular adjective. It's the comparative, yes, of superiority, but we can remark that it will be short adjective, but it doesn't obey the rule of formation with short adjective. Then that's why we talk about irregular adjective, and we have to learn them by heart. Donc, on doit les apprendre par cœur parce qu'il n'y a pas de formule. Donc, à ce qui concerne les comparatifs de supériorité avec les adjectifs irréguliers. Okay. Here, then is the list. Okay, adjective. Example of adjective that we are going to give, and here it will be the comparative, and after the comparative we are going to give the meaning in French, meaning, yes, okay. First we have the adjective good. We can see that good, it is a short adjective, but the comparative then of superiority here, it is better. It is better than. Okay, better than, and we can translate it into French, mieux que, or, okay, meilleur que. This is the translations, and after zeta we have the adjective bad. Bad, the comparative here of superiority is worse than. Worse than, and the meaning is pire que, or plus mauvais que. And after zeta we have the adjective far. Far, we have the comparative of superiority, which is faveur than, meaning in French plus loin que. Okay. And after zeta we have many and much. Here the comparative of superiority, it is more than, and the meaning in French is plus que. Okay, and the last one is little. Little. The comparative here is less than. Here inferiority, and we have the meaning in French, it is moins que. This is the list of the irregular adjective with the comparatives. Okay, good, better than, in French, mieux que or meilleur que, bad, we have worse than, pire que or plus mauvais que, and far, farther than, in French, plus loin que, and we have many or much, and the comparative here it's more than, which means plus que, and little. The comparative is less than, which means moins que. Now we are going to give an example, just an example, okay, 15 over 20 is better. Then is better than 10 over 20. Then which means in French that 15 sur 20 est mieux que, donc 10 sur 20. Another example with maybe bad, comparative, worse than, you can say Karim's sickness. Karim's sickness then is worse than is worse than yours. Meaning in French that la maladie, then sickness. Karim's sickness is worse than yours. La maladie de Karim est pire que la tienne. Okay, these are two examples with the use of the comparative with the irregular adjective. Now we are going to deal with the big two, the comparative of inferiority.